In this video, we'll give you all the tips you need to know to plan your trip to Naples. What to do there, the main tourist attractions, where to stay near the marina. There are lots of nice walks and towns on the Amalfi Coast that you can take boat trips from. There is Pompeii, there is Vesuvius, you name it. It's an incredible city and well worth seeing for your trip to Italy. So don't forget, guys, to give us a like. That's very important. So give us that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because that helps us a lot, and buckle up. Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're gonna talk about Naples, all the tips you need to plan your trip to Naples. So the first question many people ask is Naples worth visiting, guys? Yes, it is. I still think that for a first trip, if you only have a few days, Rome is still ahead, Florence is still ahead, Venice, but if you have 1, 2, or 3 days available in your itinerary, Naples is an incredible region. What differentiates Naples from the others? Naples is much more like Italy, you know, it's much more Italian than those other cities that are more touristy, so you get that Italian energy. The streets are narrower, they shout everywhere, which is the Italian way. The cars, the honking, it's chaotic, but it's the chaos that it's Italian culture. And there are the best pizzas in Italy, gastronomy, beer, lots of good food. Everyone says there is the best pizza in the world, so there are a lot of things that justify staying in Naples. It's messy, guys, but a lot of people get a bit confused about safety. You see the photos because sometimes it's narrow streets, the clothes hanging on the clothesline, it's like that because that's their way, but security isn't bad, right? The safety index, it's even better than Rome, Florence, and other big cities. So it's a very quiet city for tourists, but it's chaotic. So one of the tips is take a stroll around through the streets, enjoy the chaos, visit the restaurants, then you will get to know a lot about the Naples and absorb their culture. And there's a very cool tip that we're gonna mention here, some tours, guys, that you can do from Naples on the same day, the round trip to incredible places. For example, the Isle of Capri Positano, which is on the Amalfi Coast, so there are lots of nice day trips from there. So let's go. Let's start with location, guys. It's the main thing if you want to stay well, because Naples is big, guys. If you stay somewhere far away, it will take you a long time to do everything. You'll be able to get a very nice hotel. The first tip, hotels are cheap there, cheaper than you will pay in Rome, Venice, these more touristy cities. So in Naples, you can stay in a nice hotel at a great price. There are several hotels there. I'll leave them here in the description of the video and in the first fixed comment, the hotel we stayed in. I'll put some photos of it for you to see too. It's a hotel that wasn't expensive, guys. It's beautiful because it's inside a palace. In Naples, they have this custom. They've taken palaces and churches, revitalized them, and turned them into hotels, restaurants, cafes. So it's a spectacle. You go in, it feels like we've gone back in time, beds in that imperial style from so many years ago. It's very beautiful. We found it an incredible experience. Try to see it. It's a very good hotel and very well located. And speaking of the location that we think is ideal is the location close to the tourist center, but it's a little further away. I'll show you here on the personalized map, which is the plebiscite area. We read plebiscite, but they say plebiscito, but I'm going to say plebiscite because I'm used to plebiscite. In this area, there's the royal palace, there's the basilica, there's the egg castle nearby. It's a very nice area. There are lots of hotels on offer. It's sale area for tourists and it's close to everything. If you stay in this area, you already be in the best possible location. And there, you're close to the marina. You're close to the city's main marina. Why is this good? So that you can do all those tours that I'm gonna tell you about here, which are must for the Amalfi Coast. So if you're staying in this area, guys, even to make it easier, I'll put a link down here in the video description. I made this personalized map on a hotel booking website that's the largest in the world world. I'm sure you know it too. We always make our reservations there, and I've already customized this map. If you put in the date of your trip, click on the link when the map opens, close the map, put the date of your trip in the search engine, set it to search, then just click on the map. It will open the same map with only good hotels, well rated, good value for money. We've already put all the features, we use it there. And with the dates and prices for your trip, you can choose. A good tip about this website, we use them a lot. Not only are they very large, reliable, and have good prices, but they also offer free cancellation. This is a strategy that we use everywhere in the world, and it helps us save a lot on accommodation. And why? Hotels in general, all over the world, the earlier you book, the cheaper you will pay, because as the rooms run out, the hotel's automatic system will raise the prices. So you go in, you see a good hotel in Naples, book it. And if you need to later, you can cancel it with just one click. There's no bureaucracy, you don't pay anything, so take a look, use it, because it's a very good site. I'll leave it here below. And now let's talk about what to do in Naples. Before we get into the city, guys, let me talk about the tours really quick, because they were the most amazing tours we've ever done in the whole of Italy. I think it's really worth it. Naples is just down the road from Rome. It will take you an hour and a half, depending on whether it's train or car, to get to Naples. It's not far. Naples is halfway between Rome and the Amalfi Coast, so you can get there. Naples is sometimes used as a base for those who want to visit the Amalfi Coast, and you don't want to stay there. You can stay in Naples and leave from the port. The port will be close to your hotel. If you stay there, you can go on several nice boat trips that go to the island of Capri. There's the excursion to the island of Capri, which is very nice. It's a boat that takes you there. They pick you up at the port of Naples and take you there in a very nice boat. You go around the islands, get off on the islands, get to know the island of Capri, have lunch there, go to the top, go to the Blue Caves, which are beautiful, see the whole island, and then return to Naples. These aren't very expensive tours, and they're incredible, guys. It's a really nice experience. Many people stay there because Naples is cheaper and do these tours instead of staying on the island of Capri, for example, which is much more expensive. So a nice tip, I'll leave it down here in the video description to the website where we buy all of our tickets, tours, and excursions throughout Europe. It's the biggest website in Europe. They're very good. We've been buying from them for years. They have the best prices. Take a look, because there are lots of great tours. If you go there and type in Naples, you will see all the tours that leave from Naples. These boat trips are very good. There's this one to the Isle of Capri. There's also an excursion to Sorrento in the Amalfi Coast. It's called the Sorrento and Amalfi Coast Tour. You start in Sorrento, which is the first town, then you go to Positano, then to Amalfi, which is also another very important and beautiful city on the Amalfi Coast. And you end the day in Ravello. You do practically the whole itinerary we always recommend for the Amalfi Coast in one day, a guided tour with transportation. It's very nice, it's well worth going and considering for those who want to get to know the Amalfi Coast a little more quickly. If you're thinking of going to the Amalfi Coast, then watch our video, Cheap and Practical Itinerary for the Amalfi Coast, which is the most cost-effective itinerary for those who want to get to know everything quickly and economically. And then there is the perfect itinerary along the Amalfi Coast, where you stop off in the city, stay in Positano and Amalfi, which are beautiful places and well worth seeing. And to round off these tours, there's a third tour that I think is very worthwhile for anyone staying in Naples, and that's Pompeii. Pompeii is a city that has been marked in the history of the whole of Italy because it had Vesuvius, the volcano. It's giant, a giant mountain that you can see from afar, which ended up erupting years and years ago, centuries ago, and then the whole city was devastated by the ashes. There were thousands and thousands of people. It was chaos. They were burned not by the volcano, but they were killed by the ashes and covered by them. There are even museums in Pompeii that show people. I thought was a bit strange. I don't think it was necessary, but they show people. They stuffed them, kept them there so that people could see what the inhabitants looked like after the disaster. And then the city was sculpted. They removed all the ashes after years and rescued it. So what's cool, it's kept its original form, unlike Naples, Rome, Florence, which have had new buildings built. People tidy them up, renovate the buildings, the architecture. Not there. There you will see Italy as it really was centuries ago. It's very cool. It's a very nice experience. It's about 30 minutes from Naples, and on this website there's also an excursion to Pompeii and Vesuvius. It's cheap, there's transport to take you there, the guide will explain it to you. it's very nice. It makes a whole difference. And now let's talk about what to do in the city of Naples. As I've already said, the coolest thing is the pizza. Eat the pizza of Naples for at least 2 or 3 days, try a few different places, because the flavors change a bit and it was one of the best pizzas in the world. It's really worth getting to know. The coffee there is very good, people praise it a lot, they say it's very nice, very strong in Europe, the coffee of Naples. So stop, have some coffee, have an espresso there, enjoy some places. That are the tourist sites. In this location we'll be close to everything. Then there's that square I mentioned called Piazza del Plebiscite, as they say. So it's a big square that reminded me a lot of the Vatican Square with the dome behind it, and it was inspired by the Pantheon, which is another tourist attraction in Rome. So it has a Pantheon in the middle and that part that looks like the Vatican around it. It's a very large square, very beautiful, and there's the famous Basilica of San Francesco di Paola and the Royal Palace, which was where the Neapolitan royal family lived at the same time of the reign of the two Sicilies. So it's a very important place. The palace is beautiful, the basilica is beautiful. Take some time to wander around, it's very nice. A tip, guys, on the website for tickets and excursions, which I will leave the link to below, remember that they have a tour called the Free Tour, which is a free tour of the city. You don't pay anything, you book it together with the other tours you're going to buy, and then on the day you will have a guide who will take you around these sides and show you everything. Of course, at the end of the day, if the guide has done a good job, it's very common for people to give him a tip, 15 euros, 20 euros. It really depends on the day and the service. You will realize it, but it's very nice because you get to know it. Maybe on the first day you take this free tour, it's very nice to know the history of the place and get more acquainted with the culture. Another tourist attraction near the area where you probably stay is the Castello do Ovo egg castle. It's a castle that legend has it only remains standing because there's a magical egg that someone has kept inside. It's a very crazy story. We try to understand it better, but the story is very playful as it's submerged in water, so the view is very beautiful because you can see the sea all around. It's an old castle, the walls are kind of dark, everything, but it's really nice because admission's free. You can enter it, walk around inside. The view from inside, if you go up, is very nice. So it's a very cool tourist spot and the photos there are beautiful too. A tip worth trying, which is very famous, is the Gambrinus Cafe. Cafe Gambrinus is a cafe or a coffee shop, a restaurant there, a place where you can have some coffee. It has delicious coffee, cappuccinos, snacks, pastries, cakes, everything typical of Naples. The place looks more or less like a hotel inside, but it looks like a palace. It's a super beautiful place, luxurious in the ancient sense. You will see from the photos, you can understand a little bit better. It's hard to explain, but it's an incredible place. And what's the tip, guys? Something that's very common and we didn't know it. In Italy, it's like this. If you go there and order a coffee at the counter and eat standing up, to eat standing up, supported there is a price, for example, 5 euros. Now, if you want to sit on a table, that same coffee costs sometimes 15, 20 euros because that's the price of the experience of sitting at a table and being served. So just be aware of that. But even for the price, guys, this particular cafe, I think it's worth sitting down, staying there for an hour, enjoying the atmosphere, taking some photos, making videos, because it really is a very different place. So it's good for you to get the whole experience of being that in like a palace style. And as well as walking around the street, there's a lot of shopping. There's a very nice gallery there, similar to the gallery in Milan. It has stores, it's very nice. Do some research, there are lots of stores around for shopping too. There's a lot going on in Naples, and there's also a cool underground part of the city. It's one of the largest underground routes in the world, the network of underground routes that exists there. And there are some museums, there are some places you can wander around if you're interested in this kind of tour. It's also worth doing some research into the underground paths of Naples. I think that's very worthwhile because it's very different to do. And down here, guys, in the description, in addition to these links that I've told you about, I'm going to leave all the links that we use to organize our trips. The places we've discovered over the years have the best prices and the best services. If you go here, it's a guide that I've included everything, including the travel insurance that's mandatory for Europe, don't forget. It's a comparator, guys, an incredible website that compares the price of all the insurers and finds for half the price you will find in travel agencies themselves, so it's cheaper. The car rental comparator, the website to buy train tickets, ferry tickets, tickets, the tours, the global account so you can carry cash much more cheaply and save a lot on euros. There's everything down here. Take a look and you will be able to plan your trip much more easily and much better with only trustworthy service that we know are the best. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps us a lot. And don't forget to watch the other videos, which are very good. I'll leave you with the one on how to travel cheaply to Italy, which is very good. It teaches you how to plan your entire trip at the lowest possible price, and the playlist with all the other videos from Italy for you to watch. So thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.